Hello everyone, Paul Rogers here. Today is January the 12th, 2018. We are looking at a website called Covesting. Now Covesting's been on my radar for the last week or so, and I think it's very interesting and I want to talk about it. Now they just finished their ICO, I'd say. They're currently sold out actually. I think about a week ago they sold out. And what is Covesting? Now, Covesting is meant for people that want to copy other traders' trades, mirror other traders' trades. What does that mean? That means, let's say there's a trader that trades, has a crypto portfolio, and you want to have the same trades they do. With Covesting, you can actually do that. And the nice thing is you don't have to send the trader your money, which would be foolish. You don't even have to use the same broker that the trader's on. What you can do is, or what Covesting is looking to do, is create a trade mirror. And a trade mirror is basically if you have a trader, and let's say he's on Binance, for example, and you have an account with Poloniex. Assuming that you're trading the same currency pairs, meaning let's say this trader trades Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dash. You can actually go and mirror his trades with the trade copier, or the mirror trader, however you want to call it. But I mean, this is something that's used a lot with websites like eToro are doing that with stocks. There's a lot of different companies that do it with foreign exchange or currency exchange, and it just makes sense that it would be done with cryptocurrencies. So I think it's a really great idea. I think that it has a lot of potential. The question is, can they implement it? Because there's a lot of, as you know, when you're buying and trading, there's bugs that can happen. There's inefficiencies. There's, oh, guess what? My broker is frozen, or my broker went down when there's a lot of volatility. There's things that can happen, or imagine there's a big price difference, or there's a lack of liquidity, or I mean there's a lot of different things that can happen to bug this thing up. So I would imagine the smartest way to do it, at least until the platforms mature a little bit, is if your trader is located on Binance, for example, you would make sure that your account is also on Binance. That way, you'd be almost guaranteed having getting decent execution, one, and two, being able to fill your orders, and three, being able to trade the same pairs. Because that's something that's, I mean, as you know, not all cryptocurrencies or tokens are traded on every exchange. I mean, there's some that may work. I mean, if you're trading something major like Ethereum, that's probably going to work universally. But if you're trading something that's not a top 100 cryptocurrency, there's going to be liquidity issues, and it may not even be on that exchange. So there's going to be some hoops they have to jump through, but I don't see it as a problem, because the whole point of crypto is that you are your own bank. You hold your own funds. Now, if you're mirroring someone's trading, you can keep your crypto and your money in your hands, in your name, and you can maintain a good level of control. There's an off switch to this. Now, there's other people offering similar services, but with managed funds, but the way they work is you actually have to send your money into the same platform, or and kind of give the keys over to someone else. And in my opinion, there's more trust involved. So I think this is unique. I think this is unique in the market. They have a really big Telegram group as well. I've been following that. There's a nice little video you can watch too about how that works. Trade copying. The team seems pretty strong, but they're secretive. That's one strike I'd say against them, is the fact that they're very secretive, meaning that we don't know who their programmers are. We the founder, Dimitri, says that there's 12 programmers and 2 lead programmers. So it seems like there's 2 teams of 6. I have no idea if that's true because they're not revealing who their programmers are. The reason they state that they're not going to tell people who their programmers are in order to basically protect their programmers from getting like scalped by other projects. So let's see what else we have here. I mean, you can follow up to 20 traders at a time, so you can really diversify. So I mean, if you have a trader, you can give allocations. So let's say you like someone's trading style, you say, yeah, I'm going to throw them 10% of my portfolio. And you see another trader you like and say, okay, I like this one's a little bit more conservative, I'm going to give him 15%, and so on. So you can really heavily diversify your portfolio if you want to. You do end up paying 18% fees to the traders, and I believe you also pay 10% to the platform itself. So you end up keeping, about 3/4 of your gains, or I'd say the gains of the traders. All in all, it seems nice. I mean, it seems okay. 72%. You got to keep 72%. 10% platform commission. There it is. So about 3/4. Not too bad. I would like to see this adjustable though. I would like to see certain traders often offer different success fees. So you could have one trader that's very, very like conservative. He just reallocates every so often, and maybe his success fee is only I don't know, 10%. And you have another trader who's doing all these ICOs and trading very aggressively, and maybe he has to be on top of things a lot more, so he should be able to charge a higher success fee. I'm not 100% sure if this is profit in US dollars or profit in crypto. I guess I would need to ask that, because I mean, if you're making trading on external accounts, 100% profit, because that's important. I mean, how do you measure your actual profit? In terms of what? If you're doing in terms of dollars, then I mean, there has to be some kind of a baseline, because the whole crypto market's going up, and so most traders will be successful because the entire market's going up. Does that mean that does a platform deserve 28% of your winnings when the whole market is going up in general? That's one thing I'm kind of like about. It would be nice if it was against a metric or some kind of like a standard. Like with stocks, it would be maybe the S&P 500 would be your baseline. And if you can outperform the S&P 500, then on top of that, you get a success fee. That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, how is this calculated? Is this using high watermark? Meaning that watch my cursor, if your profits are going up and then you take a loss, and you paid success fees all the way up here, take a loss, and then you have success again, and you get back up to the current high, do you have to pay for those gains again, or do you not start paying until you break to new highs? Good question to ask. So I mean, there is some questions here for sure. Let's look at the roadmap really quick. Okay, so where are we? I guess we're in the development phase right here. The COV token. There's also some interesting ways the COV token is locked up. I believe the way it works is if you want to follow a trader, you have to like buy the COV tokens and lock them up somehow, and it should restrict supply decently if this is implemented well. And how do you purchase? That's interesting. Okay, Right now, the only way you can purchase since the ICO is over is Ether Delta. And if you look for Covesting, you won't even find it. You actually have to put in this this contract code right here, and then place your bets. As you can see, I have a few. I've got 2,900 of these, and I'm looking to buy some more. What do I see? What are the risks in this project? What are as an investor? Well, as an investor, they are trying to tackle, there is some issues with trade copying, and those issues will be present if you have an account with a different broker, for sure. Even with the same broker, you could have issues. So that's one thing to look out for. Secondly, I guess I would say is, since everything is so anonymous, since the team is anonymous and everything else, there's a chance that this is a scam, that it's vaporware. Meaning that the people that put this up are just doing this to make money, and they're not planning on actually releasing anything. So, I mean, that's always a concern, especially with a new project that hasn't produced anything that you can actually use yet. So, that's kind of the downside of this. The upside is if they can actually implement this the way they're talking about, it fills a very important niche, and the upside potential is significant. Right now, I believe at the end of the ICO, it was 520 COV to 1 Ethereum, and the price has gone up a bit since then. So right now, I think they're, have to do the math, but I'm assuming, let's say this was your order right here. I'm assuming that would be maybe 460 or so. Let me get out a calculator and do some checking. Well, let's just skip the calculator and say it's about that. So it's gone up since the ICO. It's going to be on what exchange? HitBTC on the 24th, I believe. I'm really not a fan of HitBTC, and I would not recommend anyone send money to HitBTC. But the good news is they are going to be announcing other exchanges pretty soon. So if you want to, you can go to Ether Delta. Ether Delta is a bit challenging to use. I should probably make a video just talking about Ether Delta and how to use it. But all in all, I think it's a project that has a lot of promise. It all depends on if the team can deliver, if they can overcome the inherent weaknesses of mirror copying. I mean, if you're doing things in a fund, it's dangerous because you're giving someone else your money. But then again, the fund moves as one. You buy, let's say they buy 500 Bitcoin in the fund. Everyone gets a proportional win or loss from doing that. With trade mirroring, it's nice because you maintain control and you can follow multiple traders on multiple different platforms. But then again, you're dealing with issues of latency, execution issues, and also liquidity issues too. So those are some things to consider, but I think Covesting is definitely worth looking at. Definitely worth taking a peek at. Look at the team really quick. The team actually seems pretty experienced. But then again, I've noticed that a lot of the people, especially in their Telegram group, the bounties, they're all Russian. And I like Russian people, but I have noticed that a lot of scams in cryptocurrency come from Russia. So I guess this is something to consider. But these are kind of the main guys right here. And they have experience working in the field. It's a matter if they're truly committed to what they're doing, or if they're just trying to make a quick buck. Let's hope they're trying to make something special here. Anyhow, Paul Rogers out.